Hello, 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 Nori here. Welcome back, you guys, to yet another episode of Love in Deep Space. We are in a festive atmosphere at the moment. As you all know, it's the Chinese New Year, the Lunar New Year, and wishing everyone a very, very happy,
If you're
prosperous, and
tired,
healthy.
just go to bed. Your eyelids are drooping, and staying up won't help.
It's not that late. It's literally 6:30 in the evening, Silas. You go sleep. You go sleep. But you're nocturnal, so you won't. I'm also nocturnal, so I won't either. Chill. Uh, so, the last we did was the prologue to tomorrow's story. I've been
At
in
the
a.
fashion show, I saw a dress with the night sky stitched over a river. I ordered one for you. It'll be sent once the measurements are correct.
I mean, thank you, I guess, for being generous. So, where was I? Yes. Silas, please stop talking over me. I appreciate your generosity, but I have a video to make. We did prologue to tomorrow, and I was wondering if I should be doing the branch story, because I really wanted to jump into Homecoming Wings, and I consulted a friend of mine, and she said that she probably thinks doing the branch story is better overall, because it might be somewhat connected to Caleb's story, and I don't want to miss on that. So I'm assuming we can do the special operation and unlock the brown story, but I also want to know if I should do the event, because I have a lot to do today. Well, I guess the event can wait. I suppose we can postpone the event a little bit and jump right into the story. I also have like a ton of notifications on my... Yeah, a lot of stuff going on here. I will look at that later when I have the bandwidth to do so. What is that? Okay. So, what else do we have? The story, yes. Let's branch out into the story. Prologue to tomorrow. Eye of the Storm. This is special operations. I guess we're branching. Oh! Okay, so this is how it goes. Each branch is independent. Complete any branch to proceed. Should we do Thorns under the Moon? Investigate the crystal shard of the monster. Okay, so there are like three different things that they spoke of in the main story, and it's related to all the three different LIs. Fine, I get this then. How long would this be though? I have a feeling it'll be a little bit long. The sound of footsteps reverberates, a hollow echo upon the marble floor. Looking up, Zayne once again sees that familiar silhouette of the girl. In the quiet hospital corridor, its walls grayish-blue and dimly lit by incandescent lights, only the girl stands bright and resolute. That was straight in my ears. Thank you, Zayne. yearning to call out to her yet incapable of making a sound. He has no choice but to quicken his pace. He runs after her. Yet at that moment, terrifying black crystals erupt from the surrounding walls.
No. Stop.
Without warning, the entire space distorts. Those sharp spikes hurtle towards the girl's throat. Panicking, she turns to face him. As their eyes meet, her lips quiver in despair, softly whispering broken, desperate sounds. Zayne. Zayne. Zayne? Zayne? Inside Akso's rehabilitation center, Zayne suddenly opens his eyes. He's in a sleeping pod, and his unfocused gaze slowly adjusts. Did you have another nightmare?
Yes.
Rubbing his temples, he sits up straight. In his eyes is a reflection of my concerned expression.
Don't worry. Lying down in a large box with eyes staring at me. If I could sleep well with that happening, then you'd actually have something to worry about.
Okay. Interesting. Hey, I care about you. And what else am I supposed to do? Someone hasn't gotten a good night's sleep ever since he returned from Mount Eternal. He also keeps using nightmares as an excuse. After returning from Mount Eternal 2 months ago, Zayne's health hasn't been good. It's gotten to a point where he can't sleep at all. Okay, yeah, I wanted to know what happened after he went to Mount Eternal. Because there was no sound of that. Nothing. However, he doesn't talk about what happened in the Arctic. This recurring nightmare is the only thing he willingly shared with me. You still have a business trip next week. At this rate, the doctor might end up collapsing before his patients.
Even if I collapse, there will always be another doctor to take over. No matter what.
I press my finger against his lips as a warning. No matter how many doctors there are 4 other people. My doctor is right here in front of me.
All right. I'll be careful and stay alive.
His small smile, which was just 2 seconds. 1.0 second at the most. Don't let my worries be a burden on you. I think you started having nightmares after I gave you that crystal fragment from the N109 zone. Zayne takes his coat from the coat rack beside the wall. Together we enter the corridor.
They aren't connected, so don't overthink it. It's just a coincidence. Speaking of which, there's been progress with the analysis of that crystal.
Is it related to protocore syndrome?
At the moment, I've developed a hypothesis based on the data. I'll share the details with you once there are conclusive results.
Stepping into the elevator, I press the button for the ground floor. Zayne's reflection appeared on the closed doors, the dark circles under his eyes underlining a deeper weariness. Take your time. You should deal with your insomnia first.
Since I can't sleep, I might as well be productive with my time.
So it's not that the doctors can't treat themselves. They don't usually want to be treated. I ordered some milk for you. It'll be delivered to your place and should help you sleep. Also, the hypnotic music.
Are you referring to the lullaby playlist? Did you forget how old I am?
I'm just trying to help as a normal hunter. You don't have to listen to me, Dr. Zayne. There we go. 0.01 second smile.
Since I am your one and only doctor, I should listen to you.
Oh, how the tables have turned. We step out of the elevator, and my watch begins to ring. Someone's calling me. I gesture to Zayne and then move to the side to answer it. Captain Jenna.
Hey, are you available right now? We've detected beta protocurve activity in a certain location.
After a brief explanation, Captain Jenna quickly ends the call.
Why are you frowning? Did something happen?
Yeah, I got called by my boss about a weird protocol. But am I going to tell you that? Nope. But I'm going to tell you my mission got an update. I need to check in with Captain Jenna, so I might not be able to have dinner with you. Just as I'm about to sprint to the hospital's main entrance, a pair of hands land on my... Okay.
Don't run just yet.
Okay. Let me go. Let me go. I probably should sing that at Caleb's.
I'll drive you there.
I mean, I will not say no to a free drive. Ah, now I get it. So we have like, we might have like 8 parts to this. I'm assuming. Also, I find this so pretty. The snowflake icon. Jenna, the woman that she is, the icon herself is here. Apparently, I heard Jenna's VA changed, and that's made me feel sad. But okay. Upon arriving at the association, I find Alpha Team's office engulfed in silence. Only Jenna stands before the control desk. Her gaze is fixed on a few zoomed-in photos that are being projected.
Perfect timing. Let's look at these together.
Yes, ma'am. Whatever you say. Whatever you say. She waves her hand, and those photos are pushed towards me. As I approach to get a closer look, it becomes evident that a distant figure appears in every picture. The figure is also marked with conspicuous colors, which show traces of a beta protocore. All of them are from the same wanderer.
Yes, including this morning. Andrew has found its traces 5 times. Beta protocurve activity was detected in every instance.
That means it's related to an ether core.
It could very well be carrying one, or an ether core fragment.
Another screen comes into view, showcasing an array of data and information, and positioned at the center is a blurred image of a wanderer.
This wanderer can move by distorting space, and we haven't captured a complete image of it yet. However, the Intel department made a discovery. In areas where it did appear, many patients with protocore syndrome have fallen into a coma. Some even go into shock.
That's crazy, but okay. My gaze then falls on the left side of the screen. The text reads, Location, Chanxia City.
I'll be heading to Changsha City next week. There are a few patients with a severe case of protocore syndrome, so they require Oxo Hospital's assistance for their treatment.
I'm sorry, like, how do you pronounce this? How do you pronounce this?
I'll be heading to Changsha City next week.
Chanxia City?
There are a few patients with a severe case of protocore syndrome, so they require...
Okay, cancel.
hospital's assistance for their treatment. I'll be heading to Chansha City next week. There are a few patients with a severe case of protocore syndrome, so they require Oxo Hospital's assistance for their treatment.
I still didn't get it. Like, how do you pronounce this?
I'll be heading to Chansha City next week. There are a few patients with a severe case of protocore. I'll be heading to Chansha City next week.
Okay, no. It's useless. I can't understand Zayne's pronunciation from that at all. Chansha City. Chansha City. That's how he said it. Never mind. Those patients that Zayne mentioned might actually be victims of this wanderer. Okay.
Right now, we suspect there's a connection between these two incidents. We could start looking into those patients. And it just so happens that Oxo Hospital will send a medical team to Chansha City next week.
Chansha City. Chansha City. Okay. Chansha City next week. Okay. Captain, I would like to make a request. Let me join the medical team as a hunter. Escort to investigate the wanderer.
Your request has been approved. Our Chansha branch has also started its own operation. Your mission is to confirm whether or not there are signs of an ether core.
I mean, that was the quickest approval. Jenna being this, like, this easy. When I say easy, I mean Jenna thinking, like, giving us an easy approval. Something's fishy. Jenna's fishy. Jenna's sus. But, like, the woman she is. So.
You can contact us anytime if you need help. We'll be there to offer whatever assistance we can.
Will you guys be actually there? Will you guys be actually there? Understood. I'll be careful. As I leave the association, Zayne's figure appears in the distance. He's been patiently waiting by the road. Just as I'm about to walk over, a massive bouquet of white roses suddenly appears and engulfs my vision.
Miss, I've heard so much about you. It's an honor to finally meet you in person.
Who is this guy? And you are? My question exactly. And you are. Who are you, dude?
I'm sorry. I almost forgot that this is our first meeting.
Why am I getting roses by a complete stranger on the side of the road? Out of nowhere.
But you should have already received my business card a few days ago, along with the flowers.
Fishy. Sus. Okay. The man has a gentle gaze, as if to be friendly. He extends his other hand toward me. Yeah, no, something's absolutely sus about this.
I'm Carter, from Xander Sciences.
Carter. Oh! People have some beef with him. Because he's beefing with Zayne. So, like, everybody's like, oh, yeah, we hate Carter. Carter. Never mind. Never mind. I recall seeing a business card that had mysteriously appeared on my desk not too long ago. It was accompanied by attention-grabbing deliveries as well. Oh, those were from you.
Thanks to your efforts in apprehending those protocore merchants, Xander Sciences was able to recover a valuable batch of protocores.
Dude, I don't think I meant that for you. But okay.
Many patients were saved as a result. Naturally, I wanted to express my gratitude. I wonder if you'll do me the honor of having dinner with me, miss?
Yeah, dude, you picked the wrong day and the wrong time for this. Unless you want Zayne to throw ice shards at you, which he would.
She already has plans for tonight.
A hand pushes away the bouquet. Zayne then pulls me to his side, and he moves to stand between me and Carter. Upon seeing Zayne's face, Carter's expression noticeably darkened.
What a coincidence, Zayne.
Yeah. There's some feud going on.
It's been such a long time since we last saw each other. Why don't the three of us have dinner together? My treat.
He's not in the mood for that. My gaze quickly shifts from Carter's smile to Zayne's indifferent eyes. I sort of understand what's going on. I mean, yeah, they don't exactly make it oblivious. I am sorry, Mr. Carter. The association strictly prohibits hunters from accepting dinner invitations for work purposes.
Let's go.
Just as I'm about to turn around, the bouquet blocks my path again.
Miss, I understand there are rules about not having dinner, but the flowers didn't do anything wrong, right?
Before I have the opportunity to decline, Zayne swiftly takes the white roses. He glances at them, and with a blank expression, he gives the roses back to Carter.
They're much appreciated. Unfortunately, there's no room for them in my car.
Miss Hunter?
With Zayne holding my arm, I leave. Carter persistently follows us.
Actually, I'm here to give you a reminder. The outside world isn't as safe as Lincoln. Be careful when you're traveling.
Hello? Excuse me. Oh, Raphael poked you. Why is Pookie poking me? He can wait for a while because I need to do the story. The things I have to do just to get through to Caleb's homecoming
Seatbelt.
wings. Okay, sir. Zayne turns the steering wheel and the car joins the stream of flowing traffic. That guy seems to know you pretty well. Are you acquainted with him? And Xander Sciences. I feel like I've heard that name before somewhere. Ooh.
Your colleague praised you, saying there are things only the two of you can do. I'm very curious now.
I don't know it ties back to this point, but okay.
Xander Sciences will provide you with the best staff, the best lab, and even the best treatment.
The person Raymond mentioned when we were at his place, that's Carter, right?
We studied under the same professor. That's it. The paths we're walking are completely different.
You two aren't like-minded from what I can tell. I also feel like he's a bit suspicious, a bit crazy. A little suspicious. It was obvious he didn't show up just to invite me to dinner, and I can see you're very cautious around him. Is there bad blood between you two? You can tell me about it.
It's not interesting.
The man is not into divulging his secrets. Zayne has bad blood with someone and he's very wary of him. Isn't that interesting already? There you go, that bare hint of smile.
The fact that he gave you roses is more than enough to put me on high alert.
Is someone jealous? Is someone bothered? That much? He even looks kind of
But when he told you to be careful while traveling,
pissed off.
I doubt that was a simple, friendly reminder.
Just as I'm about to tell Zayne about my trip, I think twice. I shake my head and smile. Maybe Carter was annoyed by how we are ignoring him. That's why he tried to scare us. Zayne glances at me, a hint of amusement in his eyes. He doesn't say anything else about this topic. Yeah, very Zayne-like. Go on, give us nothing. 3 days later at Lincoln Airport. Grayson! I loved Grayson so much. Grayson is the best. You know, this is really funny, but before I started the game, and you know, you get to see a bunch of images and screenshots from people's gameplay and stuff, I saw Grayson and I was like, he's so cute. Look at his Harry Potter frames. Man makes me feel like he just somebody whoever designed him actually makes me feel like they were Harry Potter fans or something like that, because he is very Harry Potter-esque. Right from the hair to the glasses. Well, maybe not completely round, but they are. Welcome back, Grayson. I'm so emo. From seeing Grayson in pictures to actually seeing Grayson in game. I have a tear, an invisible tear sliding down my cheeks. Let's see. I hopefully, because I've heard his VA changed as well. I don't want to hear a weird Grayson. Grayson, please have your deep voice. In the bustling city, in the bustling airport lounge, Grayson is stunned. Several seconds pass before he finally blinks. The man was too stunned to speak. Grayson was too stunned to speak.
So, you're our hunter escort this time?
His voice is the same. It hasn't changed. Yes, thank God. Maybe it'll change later on in other cards, but it hasn't changed now, so. Pleased with Grayson's reaction, I can't help but imagine what expression Zayne will have when he sees me later. I move closer to him and shake my plane ticket at him. What's with that expression? Do you feel relieved, or are you even more anxious?
Do you want to know the truth?
What if Grayson happens to be an ally? Not that it will happen, but you know, I'm a little unsuspecting doctor at an unsuspecting guys. What am I saying? Sorry. And a character, basically the CEO of ever playing an unsuspecting doctor at Axo Hospital. No, Zayne would say see through it. So probably not. But yeah, not Zayne, sorry. Grayson's side profile was nice actually. And he looks good. Also, he's one of the few characters that fully got animated, I feel. Because you only see these like small images, text images, dialogue boxes of NPCs. So Grayson looks like he's going to play a big role. While Grayson's tone sounds lighthearted, a subtle tinge of concern appears on his expression.
They say the hospitals are doing an academic exchange, but in reality, we're going there to help them. Why else would they send such a large team, or even request a hunter escort for that matter?
Having Zayne fly all the way there, the situation must be pretty bad.
Actually, the main problem is with one of the patients.
Sounds crazy. Grayson lowers his voice and leans in closer.
His biopsy results show that the crystals in his heart have a certain shape and structure that's different from the ones you'd see with protocore syndrome. Also, when he was admitted to the hospital, he caused a metaflux burst.
As if worried I wouldn't believe him, Grayson takes out his phone and shows me a video. My guy, don't worry. I believe you. Okay, like, look at... You look too cute to not be believed, so it's okay. But besides the point, the way he just said that to us is like, as if he's talking about someone who got possessed. You won't believe this got possessed. And we're treating him. If you don't believe me, here's the evidence on my phone. I threw holy water on him. That's what it sounds like.
My friend who works at Chancha Hospital sent me this. All the flux stabilizers in the ER went down. It was a mess.
That does sound like a bit of possession. I wonder if it's similar to that. Instead of saying like, oh yeah, this man got totally possessed, they're like, oh yeah, this man got like a protocore that makes him act all crazy. In the video, the sounds of an alarm fills the air, and the lights flicker uncontrollably. Despite the shaky and the blurred footage, the chaotic nature of the scene is unmistakable. An abnormal heart, a sudden burst of metaflux, a picture begins to form in my mind, something strangely familiar.
Thankfully, no wanderers showed up, but it's strange considering how high the fluctuation index was.
The fluctuation index only tells us the chances of a wanderer appearing. It's not guaranteed. But given the nature of the energy fluctuation, it's not weird not a single wanderer appeared. I watched the video again to search for anything I might have missed. Is the metaflux a result of the patient being exposed to that wanderer and the beta protocurve? Grayson, do you mind showing me the other documents related to this?
Sure. What would you like to see?
Grayson's voice actor is something else.
You shouldn't make assumptions when things are still uncertain.
Oh, look who joins us. As Grayson and Eileen and a hand suddenly appears between us, Grayson is slightly nudged to the side. Yeah. Someone is jealous much.
Dr. Zayne.
Look at poor Grayson goes back into a dialogue box from being animated. Grayson, you will be missed. In one smooth motion, the hand takes the phone, turns off the screen, and then places it back in Grayson's hand.
Chancha Hospital was built a long time ago. It's not uncommon for their flux stabilizers to experience malfunctions. As for the patient's biopsy results, they need to be further analyzed along with other reports. It's too early to jump to any conclusions.
Not me thinking that Grayson would be an ally, as much as I would love that to happen, but I know it won't. And the only reason why I was able to sort of say that is because I thought that any character that gets animated is a potential for an ally, but then I realized so is Thomas, and so are Luke and Kieran. But Luke, I mean, what I mean is, I realize now that every LI, whether that's Xavier or Zayne, I haven't seen Jeremiah being animated, so maybe that is yet to be seen. But Zayne has Grayson, who got animated. Silas has Luke and Kieran, who got animated. Raphael has Thomas, who got animated. Yeah. And Caleb, what does Caleb have? What does Caleb have that got animated? Well, we'll just have to see. So it makes sense. I lock eyes with Zayne. He stands before me with one hand resting on the handle of his suitcase. Good morning, Dr. Zayne. I hold up a paper bag. Do you want a black tea cake or egg sandwich? You can only choose one.
I'll have the cake.
I knew it.
Did you arrive at the airport early to buy breakfast?
When did I ever say that? I retrieve my suitcase from behind the chair and proudly present my ID as a hunter escort to Zayne. Surprise!
Mm-hmm.
Dude, just smile, okay? It doesn't cost you tax to smile. You don't get tax. It's free. Contrary to my expectations, I see no traces of astonishment in Zayne's expression. Said he calmly? What is calmly? He calmly hands me a hot latte.
Have you ever thought about who approved and signed your escort application and ID request?
How cheeky, so you knew it, huh? Alright, so we'll stop the video here. I'll get back to... I don't know if I'll edit it. Maybe I won't. But mostly I will stop the video here and we will continue the story in the next part. Until then, this is Nori signing off from Love and Deep Space. Bye you guys, take care.